explosives intercepted from entering South Africa. That's the news we are hearing a day before the big protest of June 30th. Now, on this video, I want to talk about these explosives coming in. I'll play you the audio that played on Cape Talk, and then affirming the whole thing. I'll show you the breaking news from ENCA, but I want to tell you why you have people like Pastor Chris, why some of these individuals in top powers from these countries outside do not want people flocking back into their countries. I'll tell you why on this particular episode. If you are in the march, or if you're at work and you are not in the march and all that kind of stuff, please do not dare these people. Should you meet them, do not dare them. If you haven't gotten the message, they will deal with you. Okay? Some of you, we have to keep reminding you. Our foreign brothers, calm down. Okay? Yeah. Calm down. Let the goal of tomorrow be you get back home. Do not provoke those people. If you're looking for an English tutor, a private English tutor, please do email this particular email that appears down at the bottom, flightenglishzar@gmail.com. It's an email address. If not, you can WhatsApp me on this number with your email address, and I will forward it to them, and then they'll contact you further. If it is your child that needs to advance their English, maybe they are having a difficulty in their English and all that, that's what this tutor helps them with. And the tutors thingy work contributes to this channel, so supporting them is supporting this channel. All right. So first of all, this morning I saw this post, and it says, if you read down there, explosive seized at the Beitbridge on a bus traveling from Malawi. This was coming to South Africa. 100,000 worth of Malawi men have been arrested and detained in. Now that's wild. Now that's wild. That is wild. Now I wonder where that bus was going. At the moment, this is just breaking news. So we're gonna wait to hear where exactly this individual was going to. But I bet she was going to a major city. But that information you probably get later on. Now, this also goes with a report you will find on Cape Talk. And if I do remember, I will leave the audio in a link of that particular report down in the description below. And this is what the report said.
We have an international organization on migration that some of those NGOs that are also assisting us. So currently we are working on a partnership that have been secured to assist us with movements of people that are going out. And you'd understand that this morning we have released a media statement of interception of explosives that were found in a bus from Malawi trying to enter South Africa with those kind of explosives. So we released that information this morning. So our security efforts are very heightened at this point. That is why we're able to work together, and we have intercepted those explosives.
All right. So that is on Cape Talk. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, some people say, no, those are for ATM bombers. You know that how. Explosive is an explosive. Can be used for multiple things. You think that's just for ATM bombers and stuff? Can be used for multiple things and also for attacks. We've known about attacks being planned for particularly a black community. You remember not long ago, I think about 4 years back, there was a man and a woman who were arrested, and it turned up to be in a group that were stopped from planning an attack in the local malls, within the areas where the squatter camps and all that type of stuff. They were planning this attack and they were intercepted. Now, This is another one that just happens roughly around that time. The last thing these people want, or these politicians want, is these people back in the country. Is these people who are struggling to just have a basic life. The last thing they want is these people back in the country. Let's get that clear, right? That's one thing they don't want, because you build that low standard economy that creates an environment for a strike. You see, you have the Egyptian uprising. You remember the Egyptian uprising a couple of years back? Yeah, it built out of that. The moment people are angry enough, boom, it strikes off. But then also it's important to understand that affluence also creates a state of of comfortability, in a way that one does not want anything that disturbs. So that's why you will see a lot of people who have money, affluent, they are well pocketed, they tend to not like the protest of the average man. This is because they feel it threatens their stable life. See, they just like things the way they are right now, like right here. They just let things remain as they are right here. But they don't think, yeah, you're just a privileged few that enjoys this, but there's those people out there. If you are one of those people who are up there and you understand it, you are a few. You are actually you are a privileged low percentage of people in that class, because most people, they just like the normal. They like the normal. I remember this state of mind. So I'm stating that from an experience. I remember this state of mind the moment my YouTube work started to stabilize. 2020, 2021. Like they were talking about the second wave. I was not in the mood. I was like, can we just go back to normal? Because the mind wants to roll. The moment a person enters a phase of stability, they feel this, which highlights a majority of the audience, destabilizes them. And so it's very normal. They don't understand where it comes from. When people speak like that, it's not because they care about stability of the country. No, it's because of their own. They personally feel threatened. So you see, there was a period where I had to walk off that idea, because that's where the world was. So kind of like, okay, understand where this is. So it's important to note that. So that's the problem in this whole thing. That's the problem in this whole thing. There's a lot of people who feel they have established. You will think it's politicians, may not even be politicians, just business people who feel it can destabilize their whole jazz. As a result, who can fund all kinds of things. They do not want people who have a low stature of life, or low stature quality of life being their issue to have to deal with. They do not. That is what you see in Nigeria. The moment the upcry of Christian communities and Christian groups started becoming a world topic, they rushed to dismiss it. To me, it was absolutely shameful what the social media influencers were doing. You people will be judged by God. I'm telling you, I saw even preachers say that. There are some preachers that I used to listen to that I don't listen to in Nigeria, because they started to sideline with that. The moment Trump's interests were there, people were discouraging it left and right. Oh, they want the oil. They want the oil. America, shut up. It kept quiet. Now the cries are even bigger. Why? They come to find out the politicians are involved. It's now exposed. This is why they don't want to do anything with it. This is why they keep negotiating with these terrorists. They don't want to deal with it because they benefit from it. People are dying. Do they care? No, they don't care. So these type of individuals, do you think they want aid from outside? They don't want aid from outside because it will interrupt their cash flow. It will interrupt their cash flow. It will interrupt what they feel is their stable life. So if you continue sending people who come from South Africa back to Nigeria, what do you think happens? These people have been here for 15, 20 years. Some of them have become accustomed to protest. There, it's not very common. Yes, they protest, but not the way you see protests here. Not the way you see protests here. You see here, the way we protest, government has to address it. Yeah. There, they protest, nothing happens. So you see, this is what they don't like. They don't like people going out and experiencing a different life, because what it does is that it affirms for them a quality of life that they should want for themselves and for the average person. Like that video of that Nigerian girl that was crying, saying, why can't they just allow us to have a normal life? Remember that video? She said she visited South Africa. She said, people have it. She says things work there. That is what these people outside do not want. You see, they will fuel the narrative of hate South Africa, hate South Africa, hate South Africa. They will fund all these bloggers who keep talking nonsense. They're just encouraging absolute rant knowledge, absolute nothing. Maybe we will get an update on this one, but right now it's almost 12 o'clock. And you don't see much. This was news that was released in the morning. They're still talking about immigration. They will not talk about it. Why? Because sometimes they'll say, no, it's hysteria. It might send a panic. It's not about panic. It's about informing people about what's out there. They are saying themselves, the border people, they are saying themselves, no, we intercepted this. Why not say? Does it raise alert to a point where you can't tell people? You see, they're not going to emphasize it. They're not going to emphasize who was this person, where was he, what, where. But if they do, I hope it does cover thingy. But tomorrow when you are going about your day, do be very prayerful. But also at the same time, you're a foreigner, you have to understand why these people do not want, and I'm talking about globalists here, why they don't want people back in their country. They do not want these people who do not have documentation. See, you are educated, you are whatnot. Some of these people, I used to stay in Marshalltown. In Marshalltown, there is a portion, you see the portion where buildings were burning, what, people died. Yeah, I used to stay not far from that area. I used to interact with a lot of Malawi boys and so forth. Uneducated. They know English, that's about it. They have never gone to school, but they just know English. That's all. So they can't get any professional job. So if you take those people and then you take them back, what do you think they're going to do there? When they get there, that's why you have videos of them saying, we'll come back. Why don't they want that type of a person back in the country? Because they know at one point they will have to deal with the fact that rising unemployment, all of that stuff. It just raises the instability of their. So I hope they track it, and I hope they document it and it be publicized. Who funded this? Where does it come from? Oh, Malawi, you say. Who? Was it from another country into Malawi, passing into here? What borders did it pass? Who is this man? Where did he go past? Where? Which corners? Where did he pass? It's not the first time you find foreigners being arrested. There was a foreigner from Zimbabwe who was found with explosives. Now, why, where, how? We don't know. He was found in Pretoria. You remember? The story has updates here and there. That's about much. So this one, they should also update us about what exactly happens. But also, we have to be intentional about us as citizens being able to look for it and find it. Okay? Because they're not going to report. The media, they will not report on this thing. As important as it sounds. They will not report on it. They'll keep talking about, hey, South Africans are doing this. They'll keep talking about that. They'll keep that conversation. because that's what the only thing they want people to think about. See the full picture. The globalists want this thing. They want a destabilized Africa. They like that. So they keep advocating for no borders. We didn't create the borders, blah, blah, blah. They talk nonsense, like absolute nonsense. Oh, we are black. Yeah, you are black. Does it mean you don't have borders? You don't have borders. Like some of the most unintelligent statements come from these individuals. Unintelligent statement. You are the same person who wants, the first time you think about buying a house, it's not even a house with walls. It's a house in an estate where there's walls. That's the level of security you wanted for yourself. But you can't think of that. But it's a hatred that they build for their country. So Ricky, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section, and I'll see you on the later on episode. Keep watch, keep prayerful.